In this video, I'll show you how quickly you can create customizable dashboards for your business using low-code software. Now, before the video, I created a demo of what we'll be building. It's a simple dashboard that displays some important charts for our fictional company. And we're going to build this in under 10 minutes. Sound good? Okay, let's get started. I'll be using the Empower Development Platform as it really simplifies application development and has very powerful reporting and dashboarding features. Empower creates any type of application that you need, but for this video, I'll start by creating a blank dashboard. Now, I just need to fill it up with the charts that management is asking for. And let's add the first one, which will display product sales by month for this year. To do that, I'll need to create a chart over a data model, and I'll walk you through the process. It's really easy to make. Empower works over your existing database tables, either on-premise or in the cloud. It's up to you. I'm working over a MySQL database and have a bunch of database tables to choose from. So I'm just grabbing the fields I need out of the table that stores my order data, and I only need a few here. Then I'll join out to a couple of other tables, my product table and the months table, and that's just so I can grab the product and month names for my chart. Then I'll just need to add a few dimensions which determine how the data will be grouped and organized within the chart. Okay, so that's done. And now just one more thing. I want to add a filter to only display data from 2025. And once I save that, we should be all set. I now have a data model that I can use for my chart. Let's make the chart now. I'll give it a name and then choose the chart type. And you know what? I'll just keep this as a column chart. Now I just need to tell it how to chart and group the fields up here. And one more thing before I preview what we have, I want to adjust the labels over here so it will display the month name and the product name instead of the product number. And let's make sure we show the legend and the value labels. Let's preview that, and it's looking okay. There's a lot of data in there, but I'll fix that after we add this to our dashboard. So let's click Finish and do that now. Great, we have our first chart. Now, I want to add a dashboard filter so the user can control which product class gets displayed, because right now it's displaying all of our products, and that's just too much data for this one little box. So I'm creating a filter that will let users choose from our different types of products, and this company sells 3 different types: bicycles, accessories, and clothing. And I've just created a drop-down list that will let users select which one they want to display, and I'll make it default to the number 100, which is the product class number for bicycles. Then all I need to do is add a listener to that chart I just made to tell it which field to place the filter on. And that's it. Now, if I want to display only bicycles, I'll choose that in the filter and apply it. Our chart is much more readable now, and I could also go and select accessories instead, or even clothing up here if I want to see that. The nice thing is that I can use this filter for any chart in my dashboard by just attaching a listener to any chart that I would need. So we have our first graph in our sales dashboard. Now let's add some more. I'll use the same process as you just saw, but over different data models. And I'm going to build those new data models in the background and then skip the video ahead, as it's the exact same process that you just saw. And I don't want this to get too repetitive. Okay, so I've built those data models. Now I can create some charts over them. For the next one, I want to compare sales numbers to the sales forecast by each region. I've selected the data model that I need and can then configure my chart. Let's give it a quick title and then choose which fields I want to chart and group. Also, this time, let's make it a line chart and then preview what we have here. It's looking good, but I do need to adjust the labeling here, so I'll make labels to differentiate between forecasts and sales, and then add the region name. Finally, I'll check these 2 boxes again for the labels. Now, when I preview it, I think it's pretty good, so I'll add it to the dashboard. It's coming together nicely. In just a few minutes, I've created a chart to compare sales and forecast data this year, and another to display product sales by month. Now, I'd like to rearrange the layout just a bit. I'll shrink these 2 boxes up here and move them next to each other. Then I'll add another box and we'll need to resize that and drag it up top. Okay, so now we have the layout set. Let's add the rest of the charts. And for sake of time and making sure this doesn't get too repetitive, I won't walk you through each one as it's really the same process just over and over again. I'm just choosing different chart types. So I'm just going to quickly speed through these. This first chart will show how close we are to hitting our sales goals this year. The next one will do the same thing, but I'll break it up by product class. So our business leaders will be able to see how well each type of product is doing this year. And our last one will give an overview of the status for each order. So it will show management how many orders were delivered, how many have been shipped, are still processing, or how many have been returned. And that will also help them identify problems with products, say if they notice an uptick in returns for one type of product. Now I want to be able to filter these last two by product class, so I just need to go add a couple of listeners to that existing filter. And I'll make sure that I'm putting a listener on the product class field for both of those charts. Now, if I choose a product class from this dropdown up here, it will filter out those three charts and let my users see this data by different product types. And if I ever want to swap one chart out for another, change a chart type, or use a different data model altogether, I can easily just click on this and edit each one. Now, all that's left to do is click this share button up here to get a link so I can let others in my company use it. Of course, I can turn on security to limit who can access this dashboard, but I don't need to do that here. So there you have it. In just a few minutes, I put together a nice little KPI dashboard that works over your existing data and can be modified easily. If you want to learn more or set up a demo, visit us on the web at mrc-productivity.com. Thanks for watching.